Hey, it's me again. It's Lewis. I'm doing another cemetery video. Right now, I'm over at the Grove Cemetery off of here on London, Ontario. This moment, it's just gonna do a quick walk around, see what they got going on. Well, see what kind of headstones that are around. I'm not sure if this is still in use, but well, let's take a look. As far as stones goes, okay, yeah, he died pretty young. He was just 17. I'm guessing he might have passed away from a very treatable disease. And wondering if these might be his parents. They both lived really good long lives. Here, yeah, there's whatever was on this side, if anything was on this side, is worn off. And yeah, this person has lived a very good, actually these three have lived very good lives. Yeah, as far as it goes, yeah, a lot of the information has pretty well deteriorated throughout time. If you can't hear me, it's usually because I'm a very soft-spoken person. Wheaton, I can barely make it out. It does say 1889. Person here, I believe, was in their 20s. It's hard to make out how old they were. But yeah, this is kind of how a lot of these family plots were. There might have been an urn up there at one point. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, kind of unique style, Dixon. It's really hard to make out the information on here. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, this is kind of like your standard family plot for this style of stone. And yeah, there's another one right there with an urn. And yeah, so a lot of this stuff is starting to weather away, as you can see. And I'm just trying to be very careful here because I don't want to step on it. Anything here? Yeah, here. Yeah, 1861, Weeping Willows. I think the age was 12 years. Beloved wife of, oh, I'm sorry, 42 years. Read that wrong. 1853, yeah. Yeah, so by the looks of it, this cemetery is still in use. Another one with a finger pointing up towards the heavens. So yeah, this cemetery is still in use. I'm going to try to do what I can to not go and show off the other ones. But yeah, open arches with a crown. So, and this one was mounted on here, but it's sort of fallen on the ground. As you can see, finger pointing up. Died 1853. Two Weeping Willows. Looks like an urn, but yeah, this is kind of a pretty unique looking one. Just a basic one right there, James Dickinson. Yeah, it's, as you can see, yeah, this one was mounted, so it is kind of interesting. Yeah. So another one here. So this was probably dual plot. Yeah, more weeping willows. Yeah, this one is being reinforced just to try to keep it together. Hopefully it does stay that way. It looks like to be some type of flowers there. This one was reinforced, but it looked like it just couldn't withstand the age of time. Sam Percival. So yeah, like I said, there's just a lot of these stones have fallen on the wayside over time. It's just they just weren't exactly strong enough to survive the test of time. This one was kind of unique looking design. Yeah, so yeah, another one right here. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of these, a couple flowers and a heart. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of this stuff has I'm guessing they were probably in love with each other. Just my guess and just my own interpretation of the hearts. If anyone that knows has a better understanding of this, please let me know. Feel free to comment. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of these basic stones make out the name Sarah, have weathered over time. It's just a lot of these bigger stones haven't really taken place until the early 20th century. So as one can see, yeah, and it's actually quite nice. I'm off on a busy road in the east end of London, so you're going to hear a lot of traffic noise if you're not able to make out my voice. Another one right here. It's kind of difficult to make it out because it is wearing out and it's kind of scroll-like, kind of a neat design. Here, yeah, as you can see, kind of a pillar style. There might have been an urn up there. I said might because it's hard to tell. And yeah, a lot of this stuff. There's one side, age 45. So yeah, as you can see, as time goes on, a lot of these ones start wearing, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is with these old cemeteries and these old tombstones. Let's see, this one's just a very basic one. Oh, that's unfortunate. They only lived a very short time, so I'm guessing probably a childhood disease must have gotten to him. This one right here, another family plot. It's hard to make out with the shade, with the light shade. Yeah, so they died relatively young, like all before 30 in the 1800s. So back then, life was difficult and it didn't exactly live a long time. But these days, with modern medicine, modern science, that sort of lengthened our time span more so than it did 110 years ago. Yeah, another one right here, missing an urn, what might have been an urn. Yeah, this pillar style was popular back in the day. Yeah, and a lot of the writing is starting to wear out. There's one right there I'm gonna avoid because it looks like someone's paid tribute to it, and I kind of want to keep them out of it. Yeah, so there's a couple dual ones right here, both missing their urns. And you can sort of see, almost make out the name, so I'm guessing that might have been the maker of these tombstones. Yeah, and father, I believe that says Emma. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, it's a pretty active cemetery still to this day. Looks like an oak leaf design right there. Lived a pretty good life, according to when they were born and when they died. If you can live a long life, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It means you've done the best as you can with your life. Yeah, another one right here with a bit of a leaf design there, ivy leaf. I'm going to just avoid that one. Yeah, and yeah, someone left some flowers on that one, so I'm going to avoid that one altogether. Yeah, there's another one right there with the urn, so that one is still on there. This one I think might be in use still. So as you can see, interesting design. Yeah, this one, even though it's an older style, it is still in use. And yeah, that's the part that's interesting, because with a lot of those old, that surprised me, because with the older styles tombstone, I wasn't expecting it to be in use, which is surprising. At least to me, because I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, it's a pretty chilly day today. Worked a lot of shifts the last week at my day job, so I just figure, why not go out, do it for a walk, enjoy it while I have the chance, because time is short, and also with the day job, or anyone's day job really, could be pretty hectic. Yeah, she lived a very long life. There's also, actually, I haven't seen this one in quite a while. At least, no, I'll keep that one. There's another one. It might have been mounted either there or there. It's hard to tell. Yeah, another one right there. It's really hard to pick up the information there. So this looks like to be a family plot. And yeah, that one, very impressive stone. Yeah, Kernahan, very prominent name. I don't know if I video recorded this one already, but if I did it twice, yeah, so they lived a pretty good life. Yeah, you can sort of tell that it's starting to weather a bit, but yeah. Yeah, James Leg. Yeah, so this is another family plot right here. So as you can see, this was probably at one point a very tight-knit community, this part of the city. Yeah, this one is a unique looking one. There's no urn on this one. The script is pretty unique. And yeah, I'm gonna do as much of this as I can. Even though it's a nice day and the sun's out, it's cold. And like I said, I will do what I can. There's another one there with an urn. So this one, it's an older style. Oh, okay, so it's still in use. Didn't want to do that, but do apologize for that. Yeah, so yeah, the unfortunate thing with this one, the urn has been removed, so I don't know what happened to it, but I would hate to assume the worst. Yeah. Yeah, and this is another family plot, so yeah, back then he lived for 46 years. Back then the average lifespan more than 100 years ago was around 50, at least 50 years if you're lucky. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. 6 weeks old, so chances are I'm guessing childhood medicine that we have right now just wasn't a thing around the time, but it is what it is for the time. Yeah, another family plot. Yeah, and this cemetery, Kernahan, is going to be one of the most prominent names out there. And as I'm walking down, sort of watching my footing, just keeping mindful of any of the modern stones because I kind of want to keep them out of it. It's just mostly a courtesy as best as I can. I'm not sure what the significance of that middle part in those reefs are. Oh, that's an angel. Okay, I see it. Okay. Sorry about that. I just did not have quite the clue about that. Yeah, so as you can see, it is, to this day, is still a very active cemetery. That's just how it is. That's just one of the few things surprising, at least to me. Yeah, another one here. Yeah, there used to be an urn on here, but it's kind of gone, which is unfortunate. Lived for 63 years. Yeah, and sometimes a lot of the weathering is just very difficult to see because it's a lot of the important information sort of helps us remember who they are. Yeah, nice flower design in the center there with some script. It's starting to crack if you can see it, but at some point, as that starts to get a little more worn, they're going to have to reinforce it. It is just how it is. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of these, a couple weeping willows and index finger pointing upward. Open book. Yeah, so as you can sort of see, Pemberton and more weeping willows. Yeah, a lot of these older stones are some of the more unique ones. It's just the unfortunate thing is, as time wears on, they just don't last a great deal. Died 25 years, so he was a fairly young person. Don't know what the cause was, but he did live a pretty young life. 27 years. So it is one of these things. Yeah, and this one, if you can make it out, sort of has the gates open. Yeah, so as you can see, a lot of these people have lived a pretty good life. Fairly young. This is just, I'm kind of disappointed somebody would leave a bike on a tombstone, on the side of a tombstone. That's kind of disrespectful, if you ask me. Or if you ask anybody doing that to a grave marker, it's kind of disrespectful. Yeah, because to be honest with you, I don't really know why that I found that way, but it is a very strange and weird thing. Yeah, and as you can see, this one is just starting to tip over, just because the earth is sort of moving around as it normally does. Yeah, and weeping willows, Bible at hand. Lived for 55 years. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, it is an unfortunate thing as it is. But yeah, and this one is a family plot. There is an infant buried here. Not sure what was the cause of the young child's death, but I'm guessing probably some of the early childhood diseases that are not treatable. And judging by the looks of it, there was something on here. Weeping willow, which is hard to see. Most of the information is starting to weather. And this one has weathered off pretty badly, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I have a feeling this video will be coming to an end soon. Not much I can tell you. And this one, Luke Dyer, Mary Dyer. Yeah, they lived a pretty good life. But yeah, that's pretty well about it. Now, the question is, if you like what you see, please leave a comment, review. I'd like to know what you think. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I just want to hear your comments. Just been inspired by YouTuber Random Andrew, who does this. It's just, seen it, thought it was interesting, thought I'd give it a shot. Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah, click like, click subscribe, click the bell to get reminders of more of these videos. And yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, you have a good one and have a nice day.